Welcome, beloved spirit family, to Morphcast 2, Spectrums Redefined. Brought to you by Morphed Productions, shape-shifting strategies for evolved entertainment. We speak to you from September of 2008. At the sunset of our summer of unfettered blossoming, as we continue together into the inevitable autumn, let us recall that the work has never needed us more than it does in these times of adversity. So if you believe in what you do, stay the course, my friend.
In a time of terror, forged in fear,
there's evidence that Russian forces may soon begin bombing the civilian airport in the capital city. These reports are accurate.
shrouded in secrecy, in a world divided, their only chance may be slipping away.
National Security Agency to determine who to spy on.
Can they save their reality before it's too late?
The database was designed for use by the military in the event of a national catastrophe, a suspension of the Constitution, or the imposition of martial law.
When things like what you're hearing now are illegal, and when it's totally clear what you face, I want you to know if you don't resist, it's only going to get worse. It's not going to get better.
One chance, one law, one government. Witness the terror. Feel the fear. Is this real? Or your real-life nightmare?
Already in theater. For limited time only. Now includes one free exit strategy. Offer expires December 12, 2012. Limit 1 per customer, please. Offer not good with corporate imperialism.
Welcome back. I'm Noah Mickens, jack of all ceremonies and master of none. And I'll be with you for the next 30 minutes as we give a listen to some of the things we've been working on here at Morphed Productions, and check in on a few of our dearest co-conspirators. Morph Productions provides full-service music and sound design for live performance, film, video, radio, television, podcast, sound installation, and web audio. We can provide the music for your project, be it electronic, classical, world music, or 1970s psychedelic instro rock. Following is an excerpt from Sumi Dagawa, A Requiem for a War, a live musical score performed by Soraya, Adam Hurst, and Morphed Productions at the 2007 Water in the Desert Festival. This live score accompanied a Buto dance collaboration by Harupinha, Mizu Desierto, and Siziji Buto, performed in and around the Willamette River on a series of floating stages, 2 long piers, the shore of the river, and a rowboat. Like all of Morphed Productions' sonic output, Sumi Dagawa is available both as an electronic download and as a physical CD from our website, www.morphedproductions.com.
Hello, my name's Gabriel Darling. We're here today, the Morphed Productions studio, with Lizzie Carr and Ty Phelps. And in regards to today, we're going to be considering our emotional and geographic landscapes. Additionally, this will be for all you cats and sassy fans. I host an evening at the Someday Lounge, and people can find out more about that at thesomedaylounge.com about every other Tuesday for an open stage, open mic. And Lizzie, why don't you tell us about your projects?
I'm Lizzie Carr. I am the artistic director for a dance company called Lizzie Moves, and you can look it up at lizziemoves.org, LIZZIEMOVES. We have a full-length show coming up in the fall and some other projects before then. It's all on the website.
Ty, how would you like to share with us?
My name's Ty Phelps. I'm a drummer, and I play in a rock and roll band called Secrets in the Salt. We have a website and MySpace. I do not have a website or MySpace because I tend to be, I hit things, and they make noise, and that's kind of what I do.
Even mice?
Well, no, not necessarily mice.
Squeaky things?
You just stole that from Monty Python. That's not fair. You didn't get that copyright.
Oh, okay.
Ouch. Why don't we move on?
Let's move on,
Okay.
Definitely. So, we have a few words today, and Ty's going to be accompanying us, and I'll go ahead and start a little. In beautiful Portland, Oregon. I moved here because it's very flat. I moved here from Seattle because it's very flat. And I realized that all the different places I've lived, that this past weekend in very flat terrain, that there was a lot of space to contemplate different emotional textures. But we're going to move on from there. Like when you're behind mountains, you're not waiting for it to fall or to plummet. Counting the hours till it beats its last final demise. Are you just waiting, already drawing your lines and your boundaries? Charted territories already. No reason on and no reason fleshed out. Xmas lines, X crossings, X steers, exteriors. X marks the spot, spots on the inside of eyelids. People gravitate towards what they all move towards. I try to make my voice heard above the dim, 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 dimmer. Today, I'll move on to something else more. I've been doing some more movement-oriented work with Lizzie, and probably by the time everyone hears this later on, they can check out the archives for the Someday Lounge and see what we did on May 10th, which was this fabulous showcase that involves many interesting performers and interesting movements. Lizzie's a wonderful choreographer, so if people would like to check that out. And Ty, would you like to share some words with us?
Why, yes, Gabriel, thank you.
Thank you.
I've never read this before, so enjoy. The momentous mystery of mimicry, unfolding wings of lepidopteral mysticism, imagines beyond Darwinian significance. It seethes in rippling veins which run parallel to sleek departing trains bound for future reminiscences on magic carpet tracks folded in timeless tessellating patterns. The wild gander's flight intertwines with an ancient sagging swan whose frail wings falter under a cantankerous bulk. These carefully creased images extend tender appendages to tickle a titan's exposed armpits and lighten his burden. A shedding of snakeskin, dry memories faintly flaking. Regained youth, a result of artistic truth diluted and bottled, sold to culpable officials by loyal sleuths with polished badges, copper plates, and rings of sadness under their baggy, limpid eyelids.
Lovely.
The end.
Lovely. The end. Nice fall color letters and leaves. I have another little piece to share. And this is actually inspired from the Book of Illusions by Paul Auster, who's a Brooklyn writer. But she chose to wander the world living a silent comedy. She needed a certain sense of fear. She needed a certain sense of fearlessness. Moods to his modes, and modes to his moods, moon to his moods, and modes to his moons. Too much of the edge at the end. It's the end as usual. It's the suddenness. There's too much of the edge at the end. It's the end as usual. It's the suddenness. All too pulled back. It's the suddenness. If that's your story, sullen and soiled, soiled and sullen, looking to signs that tell you nothing. Sullen and soiled, soiled and sullen, looking to signs that can never say. Why couldn't he be compelled to pull her into a kiss? All too pulled back, it's the suddenness. All too pulled into, if that's your story. In the fiction of my mind and in the fiction of our lives, voices from the dead, too many forward, too many back, glancing from the window. In this fiction of my mind, in the fiction of our lives, too many from such. Why couldn't he be compelled to pull her into some kiss? Long sigh. C'est moi. So, Lizzie, do you want to tell us about when you're moving through something, how you find home in that?
The moon.
The moon?
When I lived in Ghana, West Africa, it was the first time that I left everything that was ever familiar, and I had no family there and no friends, and there were people, but it's so isolating to be in a place where nobody shares your worldview. You can't understand the way that other people think. You can spend months trying to get into their brains, and just the way that their words and everything is shaped. It's like an unfamiliar shape. And so I would lie in bed at night and I would look out at the moon, and it was the same. And I remember thinking that my family at home was looking at the same moon. And that's nothing new. I'm sure that people everywhere comfort themselves that way.
There is nothing new under the moon. I mean, just like there's nothing new under the sun. And that's an old saying.
It's all the same. I mean, no matter where you go, you're stuck with yourself, so get over it.
I've realized it's about the process and the journey for me. I keep focusing on end results lately. I think that's was the first 30 years of my life, but in the past few years, I totally have re-examined that. Like, it's the same moon, but it's just different journeys, the different processes of how we're going to perceive it. I like that idea. I like that idea a lot. Because I'm trying to partake in something that's restfully transformative. I've been rushing around far too much. Far too much. Portland's really good for my soul that way.
The world can always be smaller. You can always look at things smaller. And you can always look at things that are so minuscule and unimportant and just put your focus into them. Like when you're a kid and you counted tiles on the bathroom floor or counted the specks on the tiles and just really inspected everything. Totally unimportant. But, who really cares? It makes it easier. I had a roommate in the Village in New York City who used to tell me he knew everything about everything. Yeah, I know everything about everything. And I was just like, wow, I think I know nothing about nothing. And then sometimes he'd be like, oh, I know everything about everything. And I'd be like, I know a couple things about a couple things.
Well, I would be impressed if you knew anything about nothing. I would like to, let me know if you ever figure out anything about nothing. That would be interesting to me.
Why don't we close our eyes?
No,
we
that
can be
doesn't-
there
that
together.
doesn't work.
I know, but we can do this.
We can still hear stuff like leaves and, feel warmth and all of that. And no, that's not nothing.
Well, we have death.
Not nothing. We have a word for it. Can't be nothing.
I'm looking forward to the apocalypse, and then I can cannibalize everybody.
Oh, that's kind of weird, but whatever else you're crazy.
Wow, the dark portion of the show.
Yeah, right.
I'm being an optimist.
We had 2 minutes left, and Gabriel's like, I want to eat people.
I'm being an optimist. So once again, that was Ty Phelps, Lizzie Carr, Ty's... Oh, go ahead, Lizzie.
LizzieMoves.org, LizzieMoves.org.
And I'm Gabriel Darling, and people can check my stuff out at thesomedaylounge.com in regards to the evening that I curate there, as well as lucidverse.com, LucidVerse.com, in regards to my other work in film and video and photography. And Ty?
Secrets in the Salt, all one word, at myspace.com. You will hear some of our music. Hopefully there'll be more soon.
Fantastic.
And hopefully it will sound slightly better recorded. But it sounds okay still. Go there anyway.
Go there anyway.
The end. Love, Ty.
Oh, thank you, everybody. And thank you to Ryan and Jason with Morph Productions, and for your patience and consideration. And we'll send everyone a leaf if they email us or snail mail.
Thank you, Miss Darling. Sumi Dagawa, A Requiem for a War, is available both in digital and in physical form from our website, along with a library of music from Morph Productions' extended family of collaborators. We're reaching out to this entire generation of creative individuals exploding from the woodwork of the United States. So please contact us and be in touch for future Morphcasts as we continue to help build our global network of mutual support. www.morphproductions.com